Why is dating so hard right now?
We have too many choices. So we have shiny object syndrome where we're always going to think, could there be something better out there? And because of social media and dating apps, we have this endless ability to see what's out there. And so we're always going to question whether the thing that we have right now is the best thing that we could ever have.
Shiny object syndrome is definitely a very real thing that many experts and many sources have talked about. But I do believe that more accessible and choices definitely help enrich our life and make our life better. Just like the choice with food and traveling and careers, our life will have definitely become better, but it's more about a matter of how to manage and how to select better choices. And that is what I will be talking about today, the 4 strategies that I have reflected over almost a decade of studying and reading about people's personality and patterns, and from my own personal dating experience. So one of the most straightforward strategies that I think a lot of people forget is actually to have a list of, of what is the most important criteria and values that you have, that you expect in your partner. Of course, it should not be a long list, endless list of hundred of criteria. That's just impractical and kind of greedy. But I think about up to 10, maybe. Um, a list of 10 things from 3 different categories: attraction, practicality, and your personal values. Attractions, a few things. Attraction is can be physical attraction or emotional attraction. There are certain things that you like, well, their height, the appearance that you want. Practicality is about things like the age gap, their religious background, their career, even income. I think they are important too. And lastly, and I think is most important is, and a lot of people don't realize much later on, is compatibility of values. 3 or 4 things that are non-negotiables that you think is very important, such as freedom, uh, always striving to be better, or want to have children. This can be practical or value as well. You love children. Those are, if you really, from your experience, you learn that if those are non-negotiable, you should write them down. But of course, this list shouldn't be set in stone either. As you have more experiences that you learn, you can reflect and refine on them and change their ranking of what you think is more important than other. For example, myself, I realized that um, I used to be a lot more single-minded about attraction and put attraction higher. But now, with some painful experiences, I have actually moved it down, and I actually move up the idea of mutual reciprocation between 2 people, mutual effort become a lot more important to me. And the next strategy that will definitely help you manage so many choices is the ability to read people's patterns and have an objective view of people. Our 1,000 choices or even million choices, of course, everyone is unique, but we also have a lot of similarity. I have spent decades seeing, and I see so many similar patterns. People can be categorized into personalities or temperaments or types. Um, so if you have the ability to see the patterns and notice the patterns among people, it will help you save time, as well not to idealize people, because you can see 2 sides of them. And it have to learn better from mistakes, because for whichever reason, a lot of us tend to fall for the same type of person, whether it's due to our family background, our parents' personalities, or whichever. So it will be a waste if we do not learn from our past mistakes because we are blind and not be able to see the patterns that we have. And of course, is intuitively we can notice patterns among people, but there are great non-technical and still scientific frameworks out there like the Enneagram or the MBTI that will help you learn and appreciate the depth and read people much better. For example, the Enneagram is a system of 9 personality types that are condensed from ancient wisdom but have been researched and taught extensively in the past few decades by modern psychologists. I will illustrate this system a bit more so you can understand about patterns. So most people you see will be a combination of a dominant type as well as supported by a few secondary type. And what does it mean by Enneagram type or emotional type is that each of these 9 types have is characterized by a core wound of fear. And that core wound of fear will result in a corresponding strength, positive points, as well as a hidden darker side because of one-sidedness of that person. For example, type 3, the achiever, is probably the most commonly idealized type in Enneagram because they are called the achiever. They can appear as very efficient and charismatic and very externally successful. But little did people know that out below that facade of very materialistically and traditionally successful is a deep sense of don't want to deep fear being worthless or being judged as worthless and not successful, and that extreme fixation on an image of success. They try to paint a successful image. So the darker side is that one thing is that if you have such a partner, you may realize that there are a lot of hidden flaws and hidden things they didn't tell you because they don't want to be judged as bad or worthless. So maybe it's about their certain habits. Maybe they have loans or or their family have certain problems that they didn't tell you upfront. And the second thing is that they tend to be workaholic because they try to achieve external success so much. So they might be unavailable or they can be very harsh when they judge you if you want to pursue your dream and not making enough money or being successful as they deem it. Another example is type 5, the investigator. And this is a type that I used to idealize in the past, because these women, these black cat women, they appear very intellectually sharp and very smart, very strong problem solver, very philosophical. But little did I realize, because I idealized them so much, I ignore the fact that they have a lot of hidden flaws, and because those flaws are caused by the fact that they deep down they don't want to feel helpless, they don't want to feel incompetent, they don't want to feel engulfed by the outside world, they want to maintain control and independence so much. So it causes them to be emotionally unavailable, emotionally withdrawn, because they are afraid of being judged and being engulfed. And they can also be very arrogant and overly critical of myself. So I have changed after I realized that I have changed my criteria and not being so starry-eyed with this kind of people. And I don't over-identify and idealize certain type, but learn to appreciate and find someone who is actually mature and is a good fit for me holistically. So when we talk about patterns and values to help us save time, in the end, we have to admit that it's still a number game. And I think that dating apps and this technology that make things more accessible to our dating pool exists for a reason, and this is how we can manage and play the game. Because in the end, we can't escape real life experiences, real life trial and errors. And you certainly don't want to regret not experiencing trying enough when you're younger, and only accept whatever is convenient that come by. So make use of, you should trust your gut feeling about the person, definitely, but also refer to your values and your criteria, that the list of criteria that you have written down in the previous strategy, to help guide you and help you decide quickly and decisively whether you to commit to someone or to move on. But of course, being open to surprises and being flexible, because no one is perfect. And when we talk about no one is perfect, that brings me to the very last point here, which is a habit of gratitude, of appreciate what you have. This is particularly relevant when you are seriously considering whether to commit to someone or to try to keep somebody in your life. Because this habit of gratitude is relevant not just in dating or relationship, but to be honest, in anything in life. In any situation, anything we have, we can choose to be happy or unhappy, depending on the way we see it, including our partner. We need to learn to appreciate too what we have. It's not the same as settling for something mediocre. No, it's not. It's really about just seeing the positive side and appreciate the thing as it is. Because you have many choices, so do your partner. But they choose to stick with you, they choose to work out with you, they don't give up on you. Even personally for me, that is a very, very big plus point, that someone have been mature enough and whatever reason they find in me, that they can choose to commit to me after the initial attraction and initial honeymoon periods. Because our life is limited, our time is limited, our so many choices, so how many things that can go wrong. You meet your partner now, it's such a precious thing. And everyone, just like I mentioned about the Enneagram type just now, everyone have two sides. Are you sure you have seen enough the depth of them? Have you been objective about them and appreciate their good side and is willing to work with them? So again, I think this last habit of gratitude is very important too. So I hope that my reflection and this 4 strategy have been helpful so far. Share below in the comments what is your dating experience, what have you learned so far from your own experiences, and see you in the next video. Do check out in the bio or in the description for links to other choices of content and training. See you.